We'll straight turn the tables. Graceful, distasteful, legend from the fables. You might catch the boy in Naples just chilling with some angels who get high and then collapse like the Tower of Babel. Drag his breath, I charm mics. Might lose control, my chakra in the middle of a bar fight. Fuck the far left and far right, don't fit into your archetype. Our victory was foretold, written in the starlight.
Water can flow, or it can crash. Be water, my friend. Be water, my friend. Be water, my friend.
My kung fu is stronger than yours. I come well equipped with armor and sword. Spit hypothesize when I prophesy. See the rockets fly through the prophet's eye. I heard a monster I defeated in 88 but I'm an 80s baby with ADHD. When that lady laid me, I had ADHD. Now I'm slaying Hades with the blade he gave me on that God mode shit. Let them combos rip and I strongbow shit with my mondo clip. Let my rondo spit through your condo wits. Now I'm trying to rule this world on that Hondo tip.
Hit a mental rookie, real flying heaven stored. Slash the demons and the heathens creeping at my front door. Raw dope lyrics with spirits combined with a delivery similar to a fast rhyming cannibal. Oh wait, I missed the bravado, like comparing myself to cycles. My chi is overflowing like rolling up on the ocean. That didn't rhyme, but I don't care about your feelings. There's nothing in hip hop that says that I got to be nice to you. Dude, I'm on a parallel plane, probably insane, eating rice while being restrained by Dr. Strange with the eye of Agamotto.
Martial art has a very
So there we go.
As far as my light is concerned, because as an actor, as a martial artist, as a human being, all these I have learned from martial art.
I don't know who adult age plays with your dog. What?
Yeah, let me see you on the ring, fight back on the mat. Words are weapons when you're talking with me, I'm like that. Quit your bitchin' sounding salty to me. I see you losing like knobs, lost the gas in AP. Fuck you, I'm here to see bloodshed. Cut at each other, the Don as a Caesar. Wanting to see you do a career and to win the thumbs out. We pay to see Tonka shouting them down. Hold up the body, shockingly broken, displayed to the crowd. Came in confident, pussies leave hollowed. Watching with the empty bottle, the problem solving themselves. Monitor time and pay mind to the signs. Kumite communicate regarding shit high on the shelf. We pine for the belt. High class blood sports, vamps, red wine in the glass. Weak arguments falling flat on the ass. I'm fucking with that. Can't believe a newbie fell for the act. Took the alley off the avenue, tripped up and walked right in the slap. Going on a roll for the blood god, I'm seeing this out of my third eye. Oh, when they make your heart stop, speaking with a spell like you know you fuck with the wrong guy. You already know, homie, no need to warm for me, aiming for the championship. You can go hard or go home, knowing your reputation is worth shit. Bitch, you wanna fight? Take it to the Kumite. Bitch, you wanna fight? Take it to the Kumite. Bitch, you wanna fight? Take it to the Kumite. Bitch, you wanna fight? Take it to the Kumite.
Hey guys, did you know we used to be intelligent? Weren't those today's? Cause nowadays we're just yelling right for relevance. We're like savages.
You shouldn't say that around Tonkasaw. He's an Indian, and that's racist, man. He might split your wig with a tomahawk.
Oh shit, copy that. Does anybody know where the producer's at? I hear alums ringing and still asleep. The 90-minute intro is almost complete. He's gonna get his ass replaced by a thought or two black folk 80s taste. Gotta grab my wrench and break the glass. Need emergency tendies to wake his ass up. Yup, it's just one of those days. All praise the alarm, no stain. And if we can avoid all the false flags, show can start. Fill body bags. What, is that news? The Kumite's medicine a threat to you. And your children too. They just might kill a classmate or two. Bullshit and lies come as no surprise, and are further from the truth in both of Brittany Vence's eyes. Just take a fucking minute to digest what you're hearing and realize what you're seeing ain't nothing new to the internet. It's the summer of the sweetie squatters in town. We're here to have a good time, pass the cake box around, and if you don't fucking get it, keep throwing your hissy fits, and let's get some ones in the chat if I fucking murdered this shit.
Bitch, you wanna fight? Take it to the Kumite. Bitch, you wanna fight? Take it to the Kumite. Bitch, you wanna fight? Take it to the Kumite. Bitch, you wanna fight? Take it to the Kumite.
Fresh out the bed with an argument. Okay, let's see who started it. Convince us that you're right and it's just not a dog it's barking at. It seems easy, but these things can be intense. Be queasy when that gate is your last line of defense. It's congregation of confrontation you can walk away from. Have concentration and set your point up with proper placement. Talk adjacent and satisfied with the crowd's amazement, and then see if a win is something you walk away with. Ain't no one around here holding your hand, man. Don't go into it blind like Jean-Claude Van Damme, cause breaking the arena ain't part of the plan, but end it with the W any way that what you can. Regardless of hardship, harness up all that you know. Take the knowledge you gotta, take it as far as it goes. Plant a seed in their mind and see how tall that it grows. Make sure you do your best, and please pardon my flow. You know I try to show you what I got, but I can't explain it. This is the picture I'm painting, saying I'm walking away with the same thing that's tainted. But I don't care if I can escape it. Rather show you what I'm doing, but this beat's what I'm raping.
Bitch, you wanna fight? Take it to the Kumite. Bitch, you wanna fight? Take it to the Kumite. Bitch, you wanna fight? Take it to the Kumite. Bitch, you wanna fight? Take it to the Kumite.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode number 3 of Knights of the Coffee Table. I'm here with Sinrise, Stone Monkey, and Vash the Token Dargun, as always. How's everybody doing tonight?
Yeah, what up?
I am doing very good.
I think I am high enough for this shit right now. I think I actually am high enough.
Early morning JF will be taking over for Stone Monkey. Stone Monkey is
high on painkillers, JF.
I am, yes, high on pain.
Like, damn.
There's
just me.
There's an entire 2 of us.
Oh shit, man! I'm getting an F on the stream right now.
Oh great, dude! I saw a little bit of buffering too. Hopefully, it was just one time because it shows that we're good now. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, if you're getting buffering, refresh. It should pick back up. And I'm not seeing the buffering anymore.
Oh, buffering again.
Oh.
Yeah, hold.
It would not be an episode of Knights of the Coffee Table if we did not have a little bit of technical difficulties.
Has technical shit going on, so
there we go.
You know, just know the technical difficulties means a better stream for you.
Just know that we are doing this out in the shit fields, and we are doing it for you.
That's right. We're in the middle of the shit field.
If you can hear us, just please.
You know what I think?
Bear with us for a
little. If you can hear the sound of our voices.
You know what I think it is, man?
What?
I think it's fucking T-Series. They see what we're doing over here, man. We're promoting the PewDiePies.
Those motherfuckers.
We are being DDoSed by.
Are you sure it's not Agent Dorito?
It might be Agent Dorito. I don't know. At this point, I think it's some hackers in India.
Oh shit! Well, they might have allied with Agent Dorito.
Okay, this is what we're going to do.
Terrible impression.
I'm gonna lose sound again. All right, it only happens if I minimize my my Discord.
Weird.
I don't know what the fuck's going on.
I don't even know.
Restart my computer.
I think that's a setting.
I know.
Saturday's stream was kind of boring at the Insomnus because I was just like really high.
I am sorry, guys. We are going through some technical difficulties here, but the Knights of the Coffee Table will go on. We might have some of this part edited out though, because we don't want you guys to just see us fumbling. We love you. We want you to get some really good quality content right now.
Well,
I apologize.
If you're gonna see us fumbling, at least it be us tripping over our own words instead of the internet fucking us.
Yeah, exactly.
God,
you know what? It is because we are so epic.
Susan Wojcicki, T-Series, and Agent Inchurito are all combining forces against me. I'm being DDoSed by the dolphin rapist.
There can be no other explanation.
God damn it!
All right,
now we got to get that dude from Mass Effect.
All right, this is as stable as we've been since forever.
All right, if we can get an all hail Blue Whale out there in the chat, and all hail Blue Whale, we should be good to go.
Yeah, I just need one. I just need one. I'm not asking for a lot.
That's the missing ingredient. We need the grace of Ali.
All right, everything's working out. We're working steady now. That's good.
Please pray for Krill to be upon this show and upon all of the hosts, so that we may.
Amen, brother. Amen.
We may make.
All right, we got a Blackman approved ratio. We're good to go, motherfucker.
All right,
this shit going. Fucking PewDiePie, man. He is targeted, harassed, and goddamn, you know what? These fucking SJWs need to leave my pewds alone.
Well, I mean, according to Vox, he's leading an alt-right white supremacist hacking group that's trying to take over the entire world and radicalize the minds of our youth.
How the fuck are we talking about the dude that made a video intentionally showing him putting his ass against his keyboard over and over again for random effect in the early 2000s?
Yeah, it's that guy.
Yeah, that brilliant creative person. Yeah,
he was also featured on an episode of the alt-right television show on Comedy Central called South Park. I don't know if you guys have heard of that extremist.
Oh my god!
It's not even an alt-right. They're straight up just Republicans.
How dare this man decide to live his dreams and decide to fucking be a content creator and work with other people? Oh my god!
No.
We were talking about it before the show. So I didn't like PewDiePie until the first time the Wall Street Journal went after him, and then all of a sudden I was like, you know what? Fuck you, Wall Street Journal. I'm subbing to PewDiePie.
Well, I didn't mind him, but I mean, I didn't care for him because, like I said, I watched a bunch of his earlier back in the day when he was just doing Let's. Fuck this! I don't want to watch this dude. And then he started getting attacked, and I was just like, okay, wait a second. I've watched that dude before, and I've seen some of his newer stuff just because I keep up with the YouTube drama just because. Why the fucking hell not? It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, fuck it, man. The people I don't like this guy. Well, I must like him now.
Well, let's.
And sure shit.
I mean, just the subtext on here, right? Aja Romano he's given us a warning. PewDiePie has 76 million followers and a history of flirting with alt-right culture.
You know what that number represents?
Alt-right culture.
There is no other form of anything that gets 76 million people. Like nothing has ever sold that many of a thing. Like maybe records over a lifetime of an artist, maybe.
There's the top
subscribers, watchers, followers, anything like that. That is crazy numbers, dude.
Well,
this is also wrong. He's up to 77 million.
The top subscriber count in YouTube right now is around 100 and something million.
The most watched television show, like the Super Bowl, I don't even think they break 20 million. Ever.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah.
Oh no, it was already shown that whenever League of Legends did their first NCS championship, it actually almost like tripled what the people that were watching FIFA on the same night.
That's crazy. This guy's got more followers than any news outlet. He's more.
Yeah,
I mean, if he wanted to, he could have his own fucking country at this point.
Yeah, you're already jumping to what this is really about.
Right.
These people we've talked about. You have two types of people that throw around the term alt-right like this. You have liars and useful idiots. This guy's a liar.
Right. Yeah. And the great thing about PewDiePie is that most things that are that popular are just insipid and awful, but he's actually maintains a level of integrity.
Yeah, I hear
I respect him for the all of the support that he's done for the indie game developing community.
Oh yeah,
the independent gamers, because he doesn't go after the AAA games. He doesn't he doesn't really look at them. He goes after the indie games.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah, he's an interesting character.
Okay, I almost forgot that's how it started. So he briefly mentioned a YouTube channel that's 99.9% gaming and anime reviews, which is E:R. Saying he produces great video essays. And then this writer, I just went in. I'd have to look, but if you dig up enough of his videos, the guy once said something about the Jewish question. Right? So he gave credit to a guy that he broke the rules, right? The rules of the social justice oligarchy, right. And now he must be punished.
The impossible to follow, ever-changing, nonsensical rules.
Yeah.
That's not even the best part of this. I have to go down.
The rules that are so interchangeable at any given time that they may as well just be completely ignored, unacknowledged. Like, that's the result of it. Like, it's one thing to ask people to be respectful and to try to foster more tolerance, but to be draconian about it just has the opposite effect. Now I don't care. I'm less PC than I ever was because of the fucking PC police.
Yeah, it's like you one of the ways to fight back is by being intentionally politically incorrect.
Yeah, I used to be more open to like using people's pronouns and not saying but like now I'll throw around retard and all kinds of words I normally would be more sensitive about now, just because it's like, fuck all of you. Like,
well,
it's not enough. It's never enough.
Because you know when they say it, the people that get upset, they're not actually upset. It's about control.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the part that I think gets fantastic. Oh, they edited the article too. Man, I'm gonna have to. What's that website where you can see edits to video or to articles? You know what I'm talking about, Sunrise?
Yeah.
There's one that's like Time Machine where you can get like the screenshot of that article or that thing.
Ryan knows what it is, but I can't remember now.
All right, I'll have to go look it up. But first, I'm gonna they mentioned Gamergate in here. You know, the only people that still talk about Gamergate aren't people that were the gamers of Gamergate. Sargon of Akkad tried, and he got laughed off the internet for trying.
Well, he responded. He was responding to something too. Somebody else brought it back up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the media. Every fucking time they do a hit piece on the internet.
Oh, and by the way, I gotta say to Patreon, I've gotten it from a rather interesting source that the owner of Patreon on the whole Sargon bit, where it wasn't what he was saying wasn't even on Patreon.
Nope.
Patreon had actually admitted that they are going to be rewriting. They're going to be making it a lot.
Yeah,
more
because
clear.
none of that shit was actually in their terms of service, right? They just said this is what we do, and it's like, yeah, but no one knew that until after the fact.
It doesn't matter anyway. The reason for him being banned is it's so absurd that basically anybody could get banned. He didn't get banned. He didn't get
Subscribestar too.
Well, yeah, that was PayPal. So Subscribestar's sitting there like we've already gotten the works to secure a new payment processor, which they exist. I've talked about it. It's just nobody's really worked hard enough to get an alternative going. I just think it's a matter of time. I don't know if you saw the Jordan Peterson and Dave Rubin video, but they said that their network of 40-something wealthy intellectuals, which includes Sam Harris, who by the way also left Patreon.
Yep.
They're working on something. So like I said, all these people are doing they're creating a gap in the market. I don't think they're going to be able to suppress it for long, because they're really it's a loud minority of people that want to enforce these rules. Yep. The silent majority, as soon as enough big names get off, right? Like Sargon's not that big, but Sam Harris is huge. Jordan Peterson is huge. Right? These are nationally known figures. So if they all say, come to this platform, we run it, and we really are going to be for free speech, and we have the money, the technology, and the backing to do everything PayPal and Patreon does, and then some. People are going to get off.
If somehow PewDiePie were to be listening into this conversation, I would say use what money that you have and create a new YouTube.
He's probably not
You
gonna
know
do
the algorithm. You know everything about it. Do it. Like put
He
the
is
you
the
back in
algorithm.
YouTube. You know? Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
it. Even
knew the
PewDiePie probably doesn't have the resources to create a rival to YouTube.
Oh, all right. There was one that was before Twitch had bought it out because of some of the controversy that it had. It was known as Justin.tv. And
Yeah, that's what became Twitch.
yeah, but Justin TV was awesome because you literally had the freedom to express whatever the fuck you wanted to on there.
Well, you also have to
mean-
remember that YouTube's not only hosting massive amounts of data for people, but they also provide the advertising network to potentially pay people for making videos.
Right.
That's the piece that everywhere else is missing. Everywhere else, it's completely requires. Crowdfunding is the only way to get money.
Would you imagine how many of the people would switch if PewDiePie were to go to BitChute?
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck yeah.
Yeah, it'd be. He has no reason to though. YouTube's still paying him, and I don't think YouTube's gonna kick PewDiePie off. That's too big.
Yeah,
That's too big of a
right.
chunk for him to. Like, he would have to just leave because he's like, I have enough money to retire, and I'm sick of YouTube. Like, they started out, they were good for
I would
me.
say,
I can no longer support the company. He'd have to pull a move like that. Because as soon as he leaves YouTube, he's giving up millions of dollars a year.
Yeah. I don't know.
you got a point on that.
He does have the influence to help create an alternative payment processor. What he really should do is be promoting Bitcoin and making that more accessible and to the general public, so more and more people start getting comfortable with the idea. That's the thing, nobody can control cryptocurrency.
Bitcoin fluctuates in such a rapid rate. It's actually a little bit more unstable than
Yes, but the more people that use it and the more it becomes part of everyday transactions, the more stable it will become.
Well, then you would be turning it into a new stock market, and instead of the way
there's nothing wrong with that. As long as it remains decentralized, it's fundamentally different.
Well, I mean, it started out, the whole cryptocurrency started out as a way to launder money from from basically the dark web areas and put it into like an area that would be known as like a business capital. Whenever it's that way, there's a term called whale hunting, where a person will put in most of their investments into a Bitcoin. And then if you were to purchase that Bitcoin before they put in their investments, you could sell that as soon as they put in their investments. But whales aren't dumb. They're not going to just put all of their investment in once. Otherwise it's going to spike, and then that's going to create sales, and then they've already inflated it, and then that's going to, completely deflate it. So what they're going to do is they're going to do it in small increments. And I've noticed, I've been watching a couple of different coins right now, and you can see that in some of the CEOs. What I see Bitcoin being is a way of a Robin Hood, so to speak. It's a way that the poor, if they're smart enough, can manipulate the algorithm to take money from these people that are so rich that they don't even need it.
I mean, what you're talking about is possible, and it's happened, but I don't think in the long term that's what Bitcoin would be. My only problem with is that it's still fiat, but we're getting into deep economics discussions here.
It's a threat to the the Federal Reserve mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest challenge is, getting into people's minds that, the government doesn't have a monopoly on currency. There's nothing in the laws, there's nothing in the Constitution that prevents people from creating their own currency and using it to buy goods. As long as people are willing to accept it, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. So,
yeah, I mean, it's just
early morning GF like giant tits.
All right, real quick, I want to pivot back to this article because the part they edited out is right. So in the end, they said they talk about communities that foster white supremacy and radical right-wing extremism. So basically, communities that are pro free speech, maybe they're for limited government. We know how to translate this, but this says this in this first sentence, it said these alt-right identified persons, including Peterson, Ian, like they edited it out. Now they just said prominent Gamergate writer Ian Miles Chong's, InfoWars editor Paul Joseph Watson, YouTube philosopher Stefan Molyneux, Lauren Southern. They even add in Lacey Green. Then of course they have to throw out Dave Rubin and Ben Shapiro, right? Radical extreme gay Jews. They also said PewDiePie followed notorious alt-right YouTuber Sargon of Akkad until his latter. Oh my god! Notorious alt-right YouTuber Sargon of Akkad. Go ask somebody that actually would self-identify as alt-right what they think of Sargon of Akkad.
Yeah,
he's
that's how this guy's not being lazy. This guy's lying.
Because
he knows exactly what Sargon of Akkad stands for, and he's against the religion that this person follows.
Yeah.
So he's trying to slander them. Like, even still, that's enough right there. Alt-right YouTuber Sargon of Akkad. The Associated Press has well-defined terms for alt-right, and they all involve at least being a white nationalist.
Right.
So, this could be libel.
That's defamation of character.
Yeah, this is libel. Sargon of Akkad could sue Vox still.
Yeah.
Everybody else could sue Vox because I guarantee that there's no... scroll down. Oh, it's been updated to add greater context to a list of public figures with ties to the alt-right. That's bullshit. It was updated because you definitively labeled a bunch of people that are definitively not alt-right as alt-right, as you so often do. And most of the people that read this story are just going to associate all those names with the same thing they saw in Charlottesville. Right? That's what they're trying to do. Like, your normies are going to connect this and gamers to Charlottesville.
Yep. And the gaming, the gamers have been shat on enough, all right? The AAA games don't give a fuck about us. And they don't listen to us. There's such a gap between...
Oh, they're learning.
And
look at sales of the companies that... I mean, it's been a while since I've done this. Get woke, go broke. Right? Like, that's not...
Get woke, go broke.
That's not wishful thinking. When it comes to gamers, we didn't like it when fucking the Christian right was trying to get into our business 20 years ago. We don't like it now.
That's why I liked Magic the Gathering.
When it was edgy and macabre.
You see, gamers didn't want to get in politics. All right.
Fuck no, that's why we got into games.
I'm gonna go ahead and give a little bit of a rant here. Gamers, we old schoolers, us that had no real parental figure that had Nintendo raise our sorry ass better than a fucking parent could. The people that have, went through all of the RPG games, have went through all of the epic stories that actually are fans of these fucking AAA games that don't give a fuck about these fan bases or their memories. The people that have we gamers do not want to be involved in politics. You are making it that way.
Well, yeah, because everything's political now. Once we start debating, once we start debating about how certain speech can offend people, and we have a religion saying speech can be violence, and then you apply that to the video game genre, like, yeah, you've just made video games political.
Okay. Yeah, and also the other part about that is you've not only made video games political, you've created a new political group that can calculate, if they can beat video games on extremely hard levels and they can predict patterns and hit hitboxes and things, think about how they can do debates if they were to use the same motivation.
Well, I mean, that's why I think it goes hand in hand with how the left loses at the internet. Right, even on Twitter they lose, and I mean, it's twofold. One, far lefties. I'm not going to say everybody that's left. We know who we're talking about. The dogmatic social justice types. They've been so sheltered from any real arguments that they can't argue anymore. So when they show up to Twitter, all they can do is get your account banned. Same thing with YouTube. Right, there's no real presence. Mm-hmm. The other side of that is they have all the mainstream outlets behind them.
Watch me and have them come and get you. You understand that? The SIB is going to come and get you.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God, I heard the sirens. Shit's breaking.
Oh, fuck.
Pinoid alert.
SIB is coming to take advantage of what's going on. You guys know you made part of the proud gay furry community.
Hey, what up, man? We're gonna get hit by the mouse clowns.
Oh my God, Agent Inzerio has hacked Tom Pinoid's Discord account.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
I have the wrong warning sign up.
Oh fuck, we gotta watch out for Agent Frito.
Agent Frito Burrito is on our case.
I done stole Tom Pinoid's Discord account. That's how much power we got here at the FIB. You gotta be careful.
Oh shit!
Because we're coming to investigate all of you. I'm putting cases. Bad boys. What you gonna do? It Agent Inzerio come for you.
Why does Agent Inzerio sound like Elmo?
He's part of the Elmo gang too.
Hello, Agent Inzerio.
Yeah,
my name is JF Gatsby. I am a French Canadian.
Did you say JF Gatsby?
I am a high IQ streamer, and I like women with very large titties.
I'm Mundane Matt, and I like to collect boulders.
We all know that you Mundane Matt, all right?
Apparently the FIB is obviously on T-Series side of this debate.
Oh shit.
Fucking Agent Enchilada, is that an Indian last name? Is that what I'm getting?
Yes. It is an Indian. You ask the questions. I ask the questions about the questions that you ask.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean,
you
look, dude.
Don't scoot it. Hey, Scuba Doob's my buddy, man. What are you talking about? Me and Scoobs are tight, bro. That's my homie.
You sit there and try to dox his mother by showing off his 55-gallon drum of gay lube he was going to use with his 3-foot dildo.
Oh shit! Yeah, and also I heard that he was getting under attack by the furries too.
Yeah.
Don't you be asking questions about stuff that happens outside of the internet. We're the only individuals who get to ask questions on the internet. We're here to protect the proud gay furry community here at the FIB.
Well, Agent Inzerio, man, I got my bags packed. I'm just ready. I've already called to turn myself in, so whenever you guys get around to it, I'm ready to go.
Just make sure you stash the meth in your butthole, bro.
To come to
Shit sells good.
Oh shit! They're coming for you, XL.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Did you guys like that? Did you guys like the Tom Pinoid crash?
Yeah, that was very well done.
Nobody else heard it except for the people watching the stream, but
I just know I looked at I tabbed back to the stream and I was like, whoa, shit, that's kind of dope.
Anyway, well, so we just heard it. Agent Inzerio is an Indian national working for the FIB, and he supports T-Series.
Oh, son of a bitch! We got that.
Well, you know what? Sub
again.
to PewDiePie right now.
Yeah,
we gotta fight Agent Dorito.
Yeah, help us fight Agent Dorito. Sub to PewDiePie.
Yeah, because we can't let Agent Dorito win.
Why are you not subbed to PewDiePie?
And so I mean I think part of the reason he showed up is because PewDiePie printer hackers have been striking all over the world.
Yeah. Now, what's the deal? What's the story on the?
Okay, I think this is complete bullshit.
Something I haven't heard.
Yeah. So the BBC posted it, but yeah. So here's what people are getting right. Here's one example: unsubscribe from T-Series, subscribe to PewDiePie, share awareness to this issue. Hashtag say PewDiePie. Hashtag printerhack2. Tell everyone you know. Seriously. Oh yeah, and fix your printer. It can be abused. Number 6, Brofist.
That's not. Brofist is pretty dope.
Hey, at least no. What they're doing is like they're still abiding by the hackers' code.
I don't.
They're showing. They're showing that their network is unprotected. They're being a bro. See, they're even giving the bro fist.
Nice. All right. So this is they're taking the word of a member of a hacker group that said they hacked 50,000 printers to create posters supporting their favorite vlogger.
Right.
This incident, it doesn't even say where this incident came from, right? Yeah. And the BBC anonymously hacked him, saying that something like, these cheats have, like, they're going to write to it so many times that they're going to destroy printers. And it was like, if you keep it on loop enough, the triple fry and the printer will no longer function.
Right.
And then later you have somebody that printed something off on like receipt paper, right? PewDiePie is in trouble and needs your help to defeat T-Series. What is going on? PewDiePie, the currently most subscribed to channel at YouTube, is at stake. And then just some random person tweeting, my Dymo printer just told me that I need to subscribe to PewDiePie, but I'm already a subscriber. Right? So some say the hackers claim to have printed it in at least 100,000 machines. Here's the best part. The BBC has not been able to verify these claims, but people from countries including the UK, US, Argentina, Spain, Australia, and Chile have all posted pictures on social media of their latest printouts. So I want to go back.
So
how many people think this is a troll?
Bullshit story, and the media just picked up on it.
Yeah, it sounds like a troll to me.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I could totally go to my work and print off 50 things that say hashtag subscribe to PewDiePie.
You can
take
print
a picture,
so
put it up on social media, and be like, "Holy shit, man! I just found all these spitting out of the printer at work."
It's like that scene from Fight Club when he finds the shit on the printer. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a way to do this with the printer, but you have to be in that network.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I think this is total bullshit.
Like, it can work, and I would say that would be some pretty cool trolling.
But you can totally see how fucking idiots are just going to completely buy it, hook, line, and sinker, right?
Yeah, this was one of those articles designed to scare old people into buying new printers and paying too much for internet security suites.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's the only, there's no validity to this article whatsoever.
Right, so of course the news is going to pick it up and run with it without even questioning it.
Yeah,
and that's mainstream media.
No. The guy's like, I need to get more clicks on some articles, and then he just gets on Twitter, searches for PewDiePie.
Can we see the writer
and be
of this
like,
guy?
I got one.
Can we see who wrote this article?
Yeah, his name is Joe Tidy.
Joe Tidy, you are a
idiot.
You don't do any. What the fuck is this?
I don't know, man. He's got 6,792 subscribers.
This is what passes for news in this country.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna reply back and be like, I'm 99% sure that Joe Tidy just bought into a trolling campaign.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man.
Anyway, now let's get on to real PewDiePie hacking.
Oh my god, that was beautiful. I'm watching this currently happen right now on the stream.
Yeah, the hackers replaced the Wall Street Journal page with pro PewDiePie message. That's right, they went straight after the Wall Street Journal. And this is what they posted up.
This is the news now. This is actual fucking news.
All right. So
these people are saying subscribe to PewDiePie. We need to subscribe to the T69.
Yeah, this one's actually good though because they actually were able to hack the page to show like on their recommended articles, or like recommended post a link to this article about the public apology to PewDiePie. And this is an actual screenshot from the page. Public apology to PewDiePie by T-Series. December 17th, 2018. The Wall Street Journal would like to apologize to PewDiePie. Due to misrepresentation by our journalists, those whom have now been fired, we are sponsoring PewDiePie to reach maximum subscribers and beat T-Series to 80 million. We also need your credit card number, expiry date, and the lucky 3 digits on the back to win the chicken dinner in Fortnite. This is one where, like, give it up whoever did that.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Like the Wall Street Journal, I'm sure they have an article posting about how this wasn't us and we still condemn that asshole. But it still forces it, like it was on their site, right? Somebody clicked on it and read that, what, they misrepresented? PewDiePie's been misrepresented? I thought he was an evil alt-right Nazi radicalizing my children. I've already fucking took the computer out of my kid's room and banned him from the internet. Maybe I have to rethink that. I don't know.
Yeah. This is ridiculous.
PewDiePie even retweeted it. That's great. Yeah, because it was a partner site that they hacked, right? It wasn't the actual Wall Street Journal site. That's how they got it. It was the Dow Jones. Yeah, it was the Dow Jones partner site for the Wall Street Journals that they got into.
Monkey. What was that?
That was Richard Spector. Where the fuck did he come from?
I don't know.
He was banished long ago by Ghastly to a place unknown.
I am now part of the alt-right. We shall take down PewDiePie. Boo Kyle.
Anyway, there's really not much else to say about this one other than good job, hacker. Real hacker. Also, good job to all the people that trolled Joe Tidy.
Yeah.
Shit.
Fucking awesome job.
And here's a bad job, Ubisoft. So yeah, you were talking about that person was reportedly fired for they have the tweet. That's not a tweet.
Hold on, wait a second. YouTube, what the fuck? You already put this welcome to live chat bullshit.
Yeah, it just
Are you seriously using a bot?
Yeah, so it does it every time I rejoin, I change the scene.
That is
Well, that's
retarded.
weird. We must be fucking with your mic settings.
Maybe. It's no, it refresh, like, so whenever I switch to the Pinoid Crash, right, it's a new scene, and when I switch back, it came back with that giant fucking white ugly blob.
Yeah,
Whatever,
that's
YouTube. We'll we already have Nazi imagery on our card, so. Oh wait, there's actual Nazi imagery, but it's obviously a jest.
We got an actual Nazi on the screen right now.
Yeah, it's true. Look at him, the blonde hair, blue eyes.
Yeah,
like,
totally,
oh my
you can
god,
totally
he
tell.
is like literally a Nazi. Okay,
Literally
like,
Hitler.
look at him. He is like literally looking like he's going to say "gas the Jews." Okay.
Yeah, he's one of those dangerous types that, like, not only will he say gas the Jews, but he'll teach his cute pug to do tricks.
He'll actually gash a Jew
Yeah.
with his bare hands.
And I also
yeah.
heard that. I also heard that the dog gasses poodles.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Oh yeah,
What?
dude. There's piles of dead. Yeah, like he's there's an army of pugs running around northern England right now.
Yep.
Yeah, they've been going around finding Jews, tagging them with stars, and then burying them in people's
it's the
backyards
poodles.
next to their bones.
They're trying to gas the poodles.
Oh, the poodles? What?
Yeah.
Oh.
They're gassing the poodles.
Well, fucking,
Son of a bitch.
I fucking hate poodles, so I actually don't have a problem with this.
Oh, what do poodles do?
They're just dumb
Poodles
and
didn't do
ugly,
nothing.
and their fur. It's like
Oh, but the dogs.
I should make clothes out of it, right? Not keep
No.
it as a pet.
No.
You'll never get me to fucking like poodles. But anyway, so an Ubisoft developer got in trouble because they said, enough is enough, gaming industry. I'm going to need you to end this dude. You know exactly who you are. Cut ties with him now. Going after the PewDiePie.
I need you to end this dude. You know what
Right?
to do.
So,
Oh my god.
so
You know what to do.
I did my first token Dargan rants on this bitch.
yeah, so thoughts and opinion are mine. I don't know. I guarantee that up here somewhere she had that she was an Ubisoft designer before she blocked her account.
Yeah.
That's how it always works. They go around using their position to give themselves 2,130 followers. And then they say some stupid shit, and then they're just like, oh, but I'm not speaking on my company's behalf. Like, that fucking works. Right? If my company found out what I posted on my Twitter and people made a fuss of it, they'd probably fire me. I have nothing about my company. I don't even have my real name or info on my Twitter, but it still wouldn't change the fact. But I'm also not using my company's name to garner support and then saying stupid shit like this. But yeah,
If I was to do that, no one would give a shit.
Yeah, smart move, game developer. Go after a gamer that has 77 million subscribers.
Whenever he doesn't even talk about your games.
Yeah, I know, right?
He goes only indie. Like he's strictly like indie development teams that he goes to and he supports. He's gained so much exposure to so many different ones that are you mad?
Yeah,
are you mad, bro?
Exactly.
I think I might be just a bit jealous.
At some point, these CEOs of these companies are going to have to figure out that all these people they're hiring, whispering in their ears, like, dude, look, all right, like, I know how to get even more people into the Battlefield market. We're going to make the main character a cyborg robot woman.
We're going to make her a third gender binary potato.
Yeah, they have this crazy theory that the only reason not enough women are into gaming is because of the lack of strong female characters, which is just false.
I've been binge watching Suit Yourself recently.
This is more signs of a dinosaur industry, and in this case, the dinosaur industry is big studio game developers. Because if you're a good enough programmer and you understand games, you may not be able to invest a bunch of money in voice acting and pre-rendered cutscenes and all that like movie studio shit that they do, but anybody can sit down with Unity or whatever and make a really good game that could actually make a good amount of money. They're not going to be $100 million things, but like that's still a viable business,
Yeah, Samus from Metroid.
Exactly. So like
Lara Croft.
These big game developers, just like the record business, their leverage is getting weaker and weaker, and it's going to take a while longer because of all the big budget shit. But the more people go for indie games and forego all that extra garbage, all that marketing, the millions of dollars they spend on marketing and shit, when someone like PewDiePie can just mention an indie game and it sells 1 million copies, dude, that's fucking dangerous. I understand why these companies are just flipping out. They don't know what to do.
Well, that he violates their religion constantly.
Yeah, he doesn't even acknowledge it, and that's the best part. He doesn't have to.
Yeah, he's like, I know my 76 million subscribers do not care about your PC bullshit.
Yeah. Yep.
77 million, my bad. 77. Actually, what was it?
It's a curse of a changing paradigm. And
I'm
it's
gonna go to socialblade.com real quick. I want to look this up.
It seems to be really, really hard for most corporate entities to understand change on a certain level.
Yeah.
They seem to be incapable. I don't know if it has anything to do with the size, with the amount of resources at their command, but that might have something to do with it. That may make it too hard for a company to be agile enough to really understand entertainment on this level, like in this culture. Things aren't the way they used to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ayla from Chrono Trigger, Luca too. But all of them are strong female roles in games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very nice. Thank you, Cosmic.
Yeah, strong female roles are not a new thing. It's not a revolutionary. Feminism didn't do it. It's just good storytelling sometimes. You throw a girl in there, like, and in stories it doesn't really matter, right? Your character can do anything they want to. It doesn't have to reflect reality at all.
Yeah, you don't have to make it seem forced, and that's what pisses people off.
No.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I am on PewDiePie's Social Blade page. So he's up to 77,440,373 subscribers.
So crazy.
100,000 to 1.6 million estimated, really. Oh my.
That range is absurd, by the way.
Fucking awesome, dudes.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So, Wall Street Journal article hits. He gets more subscribers in a day than most channels could ever hope to have in their lifetime. just today he got another 140,000 subscribers.
But all those fucking marketing models and all those fucking corporate, like, just the whole infrastructure of advertising, marketing, and just corporate, resources, like PewDiePie, and what PewDiePie represents more so than PewDiePie himself is just a fucking mystery to them. They're like, but we spent all this money. PewDiePie's just like, I don't know, people just like me.
Yeah, I mean, it trickles down even to the news agencies because people are finding out that what those people are doing behind the desk isn't that much different than what an average Joe can do with a computer and a camera.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Like, okay, we don't have a multi-million-dollar studio, but the content's the same, and guess what? We don't have any reason to lie to you.
Yeah, yep. People seem to appreciate that.
Like, I mean, a lot of the people I follow, like, yeah, they're biased, but they don't lie about it.
Right.
Being upfront and honest is the best way to be.
Yeah, be biased. Give your opinion, but don't, that's what the mainstream media fails at. If they would just be honest, like, there really wouldn't be that much of an issue.
What's funny when they actually...
Fuck EA.
If they were just like, look, this is what we think, we don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you'd at least be like, at least he's honest. Or at least
they're like,
honest.
We are noble defenders of the truth. And it's like, no, you're not.
Oh, yeah. The media's gone batshit when they write articles about themselves. Cough, yeah. CNN, cough.
Yeah.
Now on CNN, covering ourselves.
And they're just going to keep doubling down on it. They're going to keep selling us the same thing. Do
you know how outdated the technology that they use inside of that fucking newsroom is? They're still going with the big ass bulky cameras. They're still making it hot as fuck for anybody that's under the lighting.
There's a whole economy associated with that. All the way down to the people that run the cameras, like the crews, all that stuff is, all that stuff is kind of threatened by independent content creation. It's always been that way.
Yeah, but that means that they need to up their fucking game. They have the money for the resources. Why aren't they?
It's not about resources. That's the thing. If they were smart, if they knew what to do, they could take, they could have easily, but just like the record business failed to respond to a changing world and they lost, the record business is gone. There's really no such thing anymore.
No, there
are still some artists selling albums, but for the most part, that whole like model of recording and getting a contract, all that.
Yeah, get noticed, get signed, get rich. That's not it.
No.
Everybody that you're hearing on the radio now is completely manufactured as something that fits a formula they know they can sell to a wide audience.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that was never going to last forever. Right?
Of course not. You had too many more people. I mean, here's why you can't make a whole lot of money as a musician. Most people can't make a whole lot of money as a musician. There's too many good musicians out there. Yep. And it's too easily accessible. Yeah, it's that simple.
That's right, exactly. It's because marketing. It was mostly a distribution thing, right? It used to take trucks and employees and tons of money to truck CDs or tapes around and put them in stores. But once that became once people started downloading music, that instantly became obsolete. And the reason why the record business failed is because they instead of responding to that, they fought against it by trying to
attack their
get people arrested for downloading music and shit like that.
Attacking their consumers, making examples out of people, and to no avail.
Right.
I mean, they finally stopped, but it was too little, too late.
Well, I mean, Nintendo's been doing that recently.
Nintendo's a little more subtle about and they have their own reasons, but yeah, it is another example. But the record business is probably the best one.
Well, so Nintendo is constantly going after the emulator community, which is what we were talking about before show. But yeah,
it's stupid. But the business model changed, and Apple of all entities filled the gap instead of the actual record business, and that's what's going to happen with the video game business for different reasons, but. It's the change. It's the rapid change that they're not prepared for. They're way overly leveraged in one way of doing things, and when they don't have a backup plan, basically.
Well, and then they also, like I said, they've been infiltrated by these college grads with gender studies degrees that find their ways into their marketing departments, telling developers, "Oh, this is what gamers want," and then every time they're wrong, they just them and their cronies in the so-called gamer media just throw a fit, blaming the gamers.
Yep.
Blaming the gamers.
Blaming your customers is always such a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, if you don't like it, don't buy it. And then when nobody buys it, they go out and they say gamers are just too sexist to understand this game. And that's the only reason it failed.
Yeah.
We need to deal with all the racism and misogyny in the world, and then people will buy. Then people will buy. Yeah. Well, then that would make people buy. The
that doesn't result in a bunch more sales. Oh, what a crazy world!
I mean, like Rockstar's gonna go on forever doing what they're doing. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of these companies, Rockstar's always been one of the people that push the envelope. They've always been one to.
Well, they've been smart enough to use the controversy to let it happen and not fight it, and just let it make them more money from the publicity. Yeah. They're just quiet, they're fucking smart. That's how it's done, son.
But I mean, one thing I wanted to bring up about Nintendo: stop fucking with my fucking emulators, Nintendo. Stop fucking with the ROMs. That is a way to preserve the fucking games that you no longer give a shit about.
Yeah, there's a few different strategies, that anti-piracy strategies, and I think one of Nintendo's is to maintain awareness or maintain pressure just to slow it down, just to stem the tide so they can prepare. But who knows? Maybe they're stupid too, but I kind of doubt it.
I mean, it's been okay. For one, I will go ahead and say they are stupid for being greedy. And one of the reasons why that they are greedy is because if you look at the Nintendo Wii, whenever you buy the games, like we'll say Super Mario. Super Mario from the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, you're like, I want to play Super Mario again. I'll actually give you money just for porting it over, even though you probably stole it off a ROM somebody else created and integrated it into your hardware.
Yeah, but if you buy it on the Wii, you will have to also, like, if you decide to upgrade to the Wii U, you have to buy it again. And you want to know the funniest thing is the fact that if you look at the programming of that game and then look at it in a side-by-side comparison of the ROM that they just recently took down from like Emu Paradise, you'll notice that the first 2 bars of the code were the exact same thing. Meaning what they did was they downloaded their own game from the ROMs. So these fan people that made it, did it.
Well, they would have the original software right there.
Yeah,
but they do that
because they're
somebody already did the work for them, and it works.
Yeah, and the fandoms. The thing is about the fandoms is they have an obsession. We have seen this in the mods for Skyrim. How they've increased the first of all, great job on the people that made the game Skyrim on the graphics and everything else. I know that it was like 2 people inside of a room and one of them almost died over it. Wow. Great job.
Maybe Nintendo's just a dinosaur too when it comes to that.
Well, so they did recently. They actually took down. So they had that whole thing where content creators couldn't stream their games unless they signed up for their partner program, in which they took a percentage of it. They finally got rid of that, and they were just like, people can stream our games. That was fucking stupid.
Oh, no wonder I kept getting copyright strikes for freaking.
Nintendo stuff. Yeah, they will.
Yeah, even streaming old Ocarina of Time. I used to get one every fucking time.
They'll monetize it, but I think they're done. They're done doing that. They're like, why would we not want people to promote our games? I mean, that's what we were saying to them the entire fucking time, and then they just looked at it. They're like, man, none of the other companies that people are streaming games of are losing money. In fact, a lot of them are seeing huge sales boost when a lot of people stream their games.
Yeah.
That's the reason I loved early Nintendo. Super Nintendo 64, that was my shit. I still know so many of the secrets in those games. And what they did back then was fucking epic. They made unlockable shit that you had to unlock with skill. That shit that's not around anymore.
No, exactly. That's because they learned that they can just, make it downloadable content for money.
Yeah.
What's up, Ferret? Thanks for joining us.
And they want us to pay, kind of like what he was saying. If you're just like, you know what, I do want to play Super Mario Brothers 3, and I will pay you $3.99 to buy it again. But then you go. Okay. It would be nice. What I'm saying, it would be nice is when the next gen console comes out and they use your same Wii account and they release the same games to that. If those games would follow you around.
Well,
what about games like Sekiro? What about games like Secret of Mana 2, which wasn't released in America?
Yeah, and they made EMU Classics take it down. It's stupid. I mean, there's no reason for them to go after those ROMs.
I can still find ROMs.
Or GoldenEye. Yeah, GoldenEye that's locked up in a 3-way tie.
You can you can still find those things. You just have to. I mean, torrents is where people download that stuff. In fact, EMU Paradise, I can't believe that site lasted as long as it did. Because I remember downloading that shit in high school when I could you could still actually buy the cartridges, and that site was up with the ROMs.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, you can still buy cartridges, and they have this little machine that you can hook up to your computer that actually like ports the thing to a chip that you just put into a blank cartridge.
Doesn't surprise me.
And
what
like
PSP. What was that thing they had in Eastern Europe? You guys probably don't even know what I'm talking about. I think it was called a Pro Fighter Q. Let me see if I can find a picture of it.
I'd say yes, please.
Yeah, I probably know if it. I'd probably know if it was what it was on a picture. But there's so many different, but also for anybody else that's not in America, the Super Famicom is what we're talking about. I know some people don't know.
All right. On the 64, did any you guys play Turok Rage Wars at all?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe.
Frag Wars, Rage Wars, one of the two.
The original Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I played the original Turok a lot.
The Frag Wars was a freaking fun one. It was a up to 4-player.
Yep.
Thing. That was a fun game.
I fucking loved the you guys remember Conker's Bad Fur Day?
Yeah, vaguely.
Oh shit. So I guess
Yeah, so I just wanted to bring this thing up real quick because this was a piece of hardware you could buy in sketch countries that you couldn't get the Nintendo games in.
The Indian, yeah.
Yeah, they just came with a shit ton of games preloaded onto it.
Yep.
And it was.
That's dope.
It'd be cool to get a hold of one of those just to see what what else the fuck is on it.
Right?
Yeah,
let's see, Pro Fighter Q eBay.
Not to say that I'm going to hack my SNES Classic Mini or my NES Classic Mini I have sitting in front of me, but I may eventually hack those and add a bunch of
better not do no hacking.
Yeah, you can't be doing no hacking. I mean, did you guys hear about Soulja Boy?
Yeah, he made his own video game console.
Yeah. And Nintendo went after his ass.
I'm surprised it took as long as it did, to tell you the truth.
Why did they go?
I kept hearing about it for days and days and days.
Like he was trying to sell it for like $100 to $200 per console. And there's like other ones that are like $60, but they're trying to like sue him to make an example of it.
He was, he's selling ROMs.
Under what grounds are they suing him?
He was selling ROMs.
Because they have his software. They have their he has their software inside his deal.
Oh,
yeah. He put out a console full of ROMs of Nintendo ROMs.
Yeah.
That's what they're getting them on.
It's gonna get sued.
And he's marketing it.
Secret of Mana 2 was not released in America, and we would have never seen this great game that was like, it was a game that it basically it pushed the Super Nintendo or Super Famicom to its limits. It really did. It had it to where 4 different people had different animations, which was, it was hard to do because of like the limited amount of power that the Super Nintendo had. And games like another game for it would be fucking, what was it? It was Terranigma that they had improved on Terranigma's deal to make the Secret of Mana 2.
Well, so one of the cool things about cartridges that you lose with disc, and it's not necessary these days, but you could essentially add new hardware to the cartridge to make the game function better. Like, it's just the whole system function better. So they would do that. They would add special processing chips to the actual cartridge, just so it would run.
Yep.
That, like, over time they were able to add more memory, which is why games, even for the same console, games that came out one year. Yeah, games that came out when the Super Nintendo was released did not look as good as the ones towards the end of its run.
I remember fucking Super Nintendo was the very first time I bought a game with my own money. Fucking, I bought The Legend of Zelda on that, and I was so proud of myself. I can't remember when the hell did that game come out? When did that shit come out?
It's a Link to the Past.
Like 1992 to like 1990.
Did you say Super Nintendo or original?
Yeah.
NES?
Super
Yeah, that would have
Nintendo.
been a Link to the Past.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I bought that when it came out. I was like probably like 9 or 10.
That shit was epic. And there was
Still
Easter
is.
eggs in the game. Like in that game, they had an Easter egg that wasn't seen for like 30 years.
Wow,
And
really?
yeah, it was a way like okay, so get this, a kid wrote in to
Oh, I've seen that room back in the day. I just never figured out. I could never figure out how I got into it.
Yeah, but they had said that no one ever turned it in to show it to Nintendo, and there was apparently some sort of reward for it.
That was back in the Wild West days of gaming.
Oh yeah.
I missed those days. Well, I kind of missed those, but Mortal Kombat.
The
Yeah, it's
translate made you think that it was Grandmaster Gulkin.
Mortal
Trying
Kombat,
to
you're like,
find
dude, I was button mashing and I like was playing Sonya and I blew a kiss at some dude and he blew up and your friends at the playground were like, no, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Learning the fatality, having to waiting for the next magazine to come out to find whatever fatality they were going to give you, so you could figure out how to do it. You know how to do it.
Or the April Fools fucking joke articles.
Oh, those were some of those were mean back in the day.
Yeah. Now everybody expects them.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I do have Secret of Mana 2 in English up here. Apparently, it's a total bootleg, but oh wait, it's
Yeah,
just
that's
a
how it
custom-
works.
Wait, it's a custom box and no insert. No game is included. I wonder if they accidentally put a game in when you buy it.
People are willing to pay $10 for a fucking box.
Wow.
Just because of this game.
That's nuts.
Like,
I won't lie. I bought some ROM 2 cartridges games. I got a couple of those for my Game Boy Advanced SP actually.
Well, apparently in Australia you can buy an actual pirated version of the cartridge.
Shit.
Yeah.
I'm looking. It says Australia-wide shipping. International, only for $30 more.
Holy, yeah, sounds about right actually.
$119 AUD. What does that translate to?
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Fuck, man. Hey. On the Commodore.
Right, so
yeah.
it's closer to like $100. Okay.
Yep. But that wouldn't have happened because like without people like the emulator and ROM communities, this wouldn't happen. The game developer just didn't see the point in sending this over to America. But now it's loved by everyone because someone actually took the time to translate it from Japanese to English.
Kind of like the Earthbound, and it's what? Wait, Earthbound was Earthbound 2 here, right?
Earthbound was Mother 2.
Yeah. So the Mother series.
Yeah, we never got Mother 3 or Mother 1.
Or
we
any other
just
game.
got to see the first one.
Why is Nintendo just sitting back on that
Well,
franchise?
it's just like the Final Fantasy, just like Final Fantasy.
Yep.
Well, eventually Final Fantasy was so popular that they did eventually release everything in America, right? They had the anthologies on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Which made up for all the ones that didn't come out.
It took a while, but yeah.
I just but like you're saying, it's funny how they do that.
But the other thing is they still simplified. Like if you look at the Japanese version of Final Fantasy X and the American version of Final Fantasy X, the Japanese one is actually a lot more complex. It has a bigger map and everything, whereas or a bigger grid that you can put spheres on and shit. Not that it needed it, but it was there. And the English one has less of them, and it's
that's why they eventually released the international edition, which had that and like what the Dark Aeons too.
Yeah.
The reboot.
Well, they made it easier for the Dark Aeons to be fought.
Speaking of Final Fantasy, are you guys looking forward to the Final Fantasy VII remake?
I'm
They're remaking
them,
it. No.
I'll be honest. I'm a little bit disappointed in Square Enix for that. Mainly because I have been psyched for Final Fantasy VI to be 3D since they were showing the test previews, and then they decided to make the 3D figures and make it into Final Fantasy VII instead of Final Fantasy VI. And what they were planning on doing originally was making Final Fantasy VI, since it was at the end of the era of the Super Nintendo and they were transitioning it to the PlayStation. They were planning on making the Final Fantasy VI onto the PlayStation. However, apparently they couldn't do that. I'm guessing Nintendo was being a little bit salty, so they had to go into Final Fantasy VII. But since Square Enix still owns that Final Fantasy VI game, I'm wanting to see a 3D remake of that game. I want to hear Kefka's laugh and see how much fucking tyranny that son of a bitch did.
Now, 6 was packaged as 3 in the United States, right?
No. Wait, yes.
Pretty sure it was.
Yeah.
That's the one with the opera.
Yeah, because I remember those characters, but when I played it, it was Final Fantasy 3.
Yeah, but
it was actually Final Fantasy 6. They just skipped a bunch of, and then they repackaged it back to the original deal.
And like after Final Fantasy VII came out, all of a sudden there was a huge market for JRPGs in America, so we started getting them all.
Yeah, but the original 3D test video shows the characters from Final Fantasy VI, which was hinting that they were going to be doing Final Fantasy VI in 3D.
Yeah, I want to say why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Right? They keep getting bitched at for making new games, and part of it's their fault. Right? I mean, a lot of people didn't like Justin Bieber and friends driving around the desert. People, I don't know. I don't think 13 was that bad, but a lot of people didn't like 13.
I thought 15 wasn't too bad. Like, I mean, yeah, there was the obvious, I'm so angsty type of bullshit, but there was also the fact that I liked the mechanic in it, that the more times that you use a certain character, the more cutscenes of the story and friendship that you develop with that character.
Yeah,
I thought that was really awesome.
The game's fine.
Yeah.
I just think we hadn't seen anything that was so close to modern day. Right? Like you get dropped into a world that looks a lot like an Arizona desert.
Yeah,
like you go to a gas station and a diner. I think that was a lot of what people. I mean, it was bold of them to try, but how people are.
The last Final Fantasy I played was 12.
There was a lot of dull moments in the game, and it did feel a little bit grindy. I'm not gonna lie about that, because but with an open world game, there's only so much that you can do to make it not repetitive.
Yeah,
so I can kind of understand both sides on that.
Yeah, Square would be well served to stop trying to make all these new Final Fantasy games look from start to finish like a super polished AAA game, and go back to the giant world experience. Like
they
it might be more cartoony and
yes.
cheesy, but just too many
But
game
it doesn't matter.
developers.
Dragon Quest showed, I believe it showed Square Enix like, hey, we have this right here that we've been developing, and then it created a huge boom. I actually predicted that was going to have a lot of success, because they had Toriyama helping them with the art like he usually does. So, I mean, they have the talent there. And I also wish that they would fucking release Chrono Trigger on 3D. Please, just have a 3D version of Chrono Trigger.
Yeah,
Come on, Final Fantasy VIII remake. Final Fantasy VIII remake. They need to redo it.
Final Fantasy VIII would be cool too.
That was my favorite.
Yeah. Or Legend of Dragoon, if somebody still had like the rights to that.
Parasite Eve. Anybody?
I
still have the strategy guide for that.
Yeah.
Nice. I got some random strategy guides in my Ninja Turtles trunk that I've had since I was a wee lad.
I like Final Fantasy VII one that looks like a dog ate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, like, I've a huge like passion for fucking Super Nintendo all the way up to like PlayStation 2 era games, because that was like the prime of the gaming industry.
PS2 era?
Yeah.
I don't disagree. I feel like we're getting a lot of the same things rehashed over and over again outside of the indie company, right? Like every first person shooter,
yeah,
kind of the same. Every action RPG, kind of the same.
They all run out. Well, it's because they all have to run off the same kind of. They run off such similar engines that it just kind of ends up just being.
Yeah,
I just think there's no innovation. I don't think it's the engines at all. The engines will do whatever you tell them to. It's the lack of ideas or lack of courage to try new things. Where indie game developers are doing it all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
hello, Death Haryuken, welcome.
Yeah, when you're a AAA developer, you know that this formula sells, and you know that when people sit down, if you make the mechanics very similar to every other game of the genre, people are gonna be used to it. They're gonna catch right on.
And you have a marketing and an accounting department and management and a bunch of other bullshit to deal with that a lot of indie developers don't have. They can just do what they feel is right, which is usually results in the best product.
Yeah.
If you sub to T-Series, early morning JF might have to reach through the computer and stab you.
Speaking of subs, I want to play some Overwatch.
Yeah, you gotta sub to PewDiePie. Sub to PewDiePie. Become a part of the bro army.
If you do not sub to PewDiePie, early morning NJF will find you.
You know what? Sub to Vash the Token Dragon.
Yeah,
this is the channel you're watching now. God damn it!
Yeah, like aren't we on that channel? I was gonna like shill everybody else.
Yeah, be sure to sub to Sinrise. Be sure to sub to. Be sure to make sure to sub to Some Stone Monkey, aka the Early Morning JF. And also,
I don't have a problem with you subbing to me, but here I'm gonna type in the chat. Sub to me, sub to Insomnus, because that's where I do most of my work.
There we go.
Sub to me.
And sub to Excel for making this all come together. So thank you, Excel. That's awesome.
Yeah.
No sub me.
Yeah, I know we could go all day talking about games, but we have more episodes to do.
Oh yeah.
We can get back to JRPGs. Plus, try to keep the show short to the point, an hour. I mean, how long are we going to sit around talking about video games? Probably for another couple hours while I sit around. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, anybody got anything else to say?
Waka waka, bitch.
All right, guys, make sure to sub to PewDiePie. We need to defeat the FIB and JJ Incharito and the Dolphins that are out there raping people, all working together to bring down PewDiePie and boost up T-Series.
Yeah.
Conspiracy.
Stanley wants you to subscribe to PewDiePie. Do not let Stanley's ghost down.
Come on. Hey, what I want you guys to do right now, just right now, you guys that are watching, it doesn't even matter if you're not watching live. I'm talking to you, the people that are viewing right now. Yeah, that's right, you. I want you to bro-fist that fucking like button, and I want you to subscribe to PewDiePie, and then I want you to bro-fist the subscribe mark to each and every one of us, because doing that will help us against Agent Enchilado, and it will be able to Oh yeah. Also, praise Doug. But it will be able to just get one step closer to having these people spurg the fuck out on national TV. And don't you want that? Don't you fucking want it?
Yeah, dude. And you know what? That monologue right there, that's probably 500,000 subs to PewDiePie. So thank you for that, Bash. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and hit end stream here in about 30 minutes on my channel. You can join for the World Games After Party where we play some Overwatch and probably get our ass kicked. So until next Tuesday, y'all take it easy.